Okay, this is a video review for Justin, who recently got an eBell, but it's going to be relevant to almost everybody that's trying to learn a new motion. So I'm going to show you, I'll show you his, so he sent a video, they're from behind, but it's more subtle to see the sequencing. But anyway, he did one with an eBell and one with his club. And so I'll show you what he's doing for him and for anybody else, and then he asked me, I'm not getting any more speed necessarily, I'm hitting my pitching wedge like 115. Are you doing something different? And the answer is yes. And so I'll explain what it is I'm doing different. So first of all, just a quick synopsis. So what he was doing very well, very much on plane and very much controlling this aspect, which I'm guessing he's hitting really nice, beautiful straight shots that aren't maybe just going as far as he wants. So I'll show you his swing, and now I'm going to show you how he's swinging, and then I'll show you what the difference is if I want to add power. So he's swinging in a very synchronized manner, and you definitely see this more with people that are stronger. They're able to overcome the weight and force it into a very controlled pattern that if you handed this to a 120-pound person, they wouldn't be able to do. They'd actually have to sequence better almost. So here's what his swing looks. His practice swing and his regular swing are both doing this. Very controlled, very on plane. Perfect swing actually if you were going to hit a partial wedge where you don't want any added power and you also want to stay perfectly centered. So nothing wrong with that. And that's good. It captures two dimensions that are perfect. Nice plane, nice face control. So what am I doing differently? So here's for, especially if you're stronger, it's going to be a little harder for you. So here's what you want to do. Hold it just in your fingers. Make your arms as relaxed, and you'll have to keep saying more relaxed, more relaxed, more relaxed until you can actually be passive with your arms. And you don't have to be in your swing ultimately completely passive with your arms. It's just that if you want to learn to use your body, you have to learn how to not use your arms against your body, at first at least. So completely relaxed, start swinging. And think of your arms and the eBell as one unit. So you're not swinging the eBell, you're swinging the whole thing. And now, this is where the added speed comes from. So this would be synchronized motion. Everything is turning and shifting all together. This would be asynchronous motion. So now I'm shifting first a little bit, and it's sort of what you would do just instinctively if you were going to throw a heavy weight. So you're going to toss it back, move forward and throw. So that's the feeling. Toss it back. And important, you can't do it if you don't do this first part right, which is you have to apply a fair amount of force, and I mean it'll feel like a lot if you don't do this. A lot of force in the first, like say, 2 feet of your swing. No more than that. Don't apply any force backwards past here. So a fair amount of force, enough force to get all the way to a resting sort of finished position when you get with your club. And the reason for that is if I throw some force that way, my body will react and start shifting forward much earlier, and that's what you want. You don't want to shift and shift. You want to go toss, catch it, throw. So that's the move you want. So get yourself on film, and it will feel like you're shifting back, shifting forward, then swinging. So that you get basically forward, then you swing. And the swinging part is to stay here, back, forward. So back, forward, throw. That's where you're going to get extra power. So now I'll do a demonstration. I'll try to do my best, which I don't swing that way, but I'll try to do my best synchronized swing, which is, again, I'll say it's a good swing for a wedge, partial wedge. If you want less power, more control, more predictability. So, try to turn everything together. Turn everything together and try to, get pretty good still. Make a nice synchronized swing there. Let's see what I got. Nice control. Not very long, obviously, so 110. So not a lot in that, right? Now, I'm just going to use the same amount of effort, generally, as much as I can, but more heave off the ball, shift forward, and then go through. Now, you don't want to do this. You want to feel like you're heaving, but you're staying, keeping your center in the same place. So, there we go. So now heave off, shift forward, then rotate. That's going to happen faster than you can see at regular speed, but so there's one, that's 130. If you want it may be easier to practice this, and you'll be surprised. It's fun to practice small because you produce a lot of speed with very minimal effort. So see the motion still in a small way, so it just gives you a nice solid compressed feeling with a very, you can see that's as long as a full swing without that sequence in terms of power. So now I'm going to try to ramp it up all the way. So ramp it up all the way. Let me go back to my trainer again. So ramping it up all the way is throwing it back harder, but still very brief. Not continuing force into there. So throw it back harder, drop a little more, sit a little more, and then really go through it. So I feel that. Really feel the weight of it, and that like you're throwing this thing. You're going to try to throw that 50 yards, and then you want to feel that with your club now. Let's see what I can get maximum power here. Not a perfect strike, but it's okay. I didn't wait for it quite long enough to, let me try one more. So I turned a little too soon. I didn't really wait to get to the right spot and then turn, so I threw a little bit away. So I'm going to try to give it a little more time this time. So that was better. So I waited just a fraction longer. We'll see if it's actually any longer. No, it's about the same. Yeah, it's a little longer. So 139. So anyway, that's about the top end of a pitching wedge for me. Anyway, so again, I don't try to hit a pitching wedge 139 when I play. That's like going at it too hard. But anyway, that's the demonstration. So that's the move you have to learn to make. Feel the heaviness and feel shifting. Feel the weight, and get a video of yourself. And if you're relaxed, the E-bell will just kind of signal you if you're responsive. If you don't try to, this is what I would tell people, don't apply your golf swing to this. Apply the natural motion of heaving this up and throwing it to your golf swing. So feel the natural motion of how you would handle this if it was a heavy thing that you were going to throw. You're going to just heave it back and throw it. Feel that motion, but contain it, right? So that's easy to feel that motion, but do these other kinds of things. That would be impossible in a golf swing. So keep yourself in a spot, attend to your plane, and then feel that motion in that contained way, and then you have something you can work with in your golf swing.